Hey guys, it's Tom. It is, I don't even know what day it is. It's Tuesday at 3 o'clock Eastern, 3:05. And we have a SOMIFA 28 quarterfinal playoff game between the New England Patriots, coached by Brad Lane or Bradley Miller. Now I'm confused. Which a tale of two Brads. Which Brad do we have here? Visiting the Seattle Seahawks, a team that I am actually the general manager for. My volume is too loud. Let me find out who this is. It looks like Dennis got the ball first. I don't know who won the toss. Most guys do kick off. And it is, doesn't say, it just says Wolves 9999. I can't remember if that's Brad Lane or Brad Miller. Well, it's Brad. I'll just go with Brad. How's that? First and 10 after the touchback on the opening kickoff. Short pass to Kenny Britt, broken up by Brent Grimes, who's a 6. So Dennis plays the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back formation with Drew Brees at the quarterback. C.J. Anderson and Zach Zetter, the running backs. Kenny Britt wide left, Malcolm Mitchell wide right. Kyle Rudolph and Zach Ertz are the tight ends. The offensive line's got a pair of 6s on the left side at guard and tackle. The rest of them are 4s. Off tackle right to C.J. Anderson. Defense guesses pass. Brad plays a 3-4. I think this is Bradley Miller. I think he's Wolves. 6-yard gain. Dennis had 2,000-yard rushers in the regular season. Again, I'm the general manager for the Seahawks team, so it's unusual to call the game. Dennis and I drafted this team together. We're not expecting to have a good year this year, really. 8-8, 9-7, something like that. And of course, with Dennis's coaching, the team goes 12-3-1. The defense is a little weak. The second wide receiver spot is weak. The pass blocking is not the greatest. And remember, right, C.J. Anderson, defense gets the pass. 3rd and 4, blocking back, +5 or -1, a loss of 1. As from that 2 tight end formation, you're never going to hit those blocking back readings. The punt goes 41 yards from Brian Anger. It's Andre Roberts back. He's got a touchdown, I believe, this year, as he has had in the past as well. Yes, it's on 3. Oh, my. Watch out for that, Dennis. And it's a fair catch. Now, the Patriots have got Tom Brady, Spencer Ware, Adam Thielen, Marvin Jones, Jason Witten, blocking back formation here with Mike Tolbert. You see 2 6s, 2 5s, and a 4 of the offensive line. Short pass, Jason Ware, defense double teaming elsewhere. Dennis plays a 3-4 with this team. And Brady completes it for 11 yards. And I suspect the team has real good pass blocking as well. Trent Williams is a 6-7. Short pass, Spencer Ware. Double defense, double teaming elsewhere. 3 men there. This could be a tough defensive matchup for this Seahawks team, which is not a great team, especially on defense. They've been able to do it with offense and Dennis's coaching. Dump off complete for 6 yards. Now, in the SOMIFA family of leagues, in the playoffs, the home team gets the good pass defense. So Dennis does have that going for him. At least Brady's throwing against the good, but you see the secondary is for the whole defense has defensive end 6s, and the rest of it is 4s, except for a free safety 5. So flat pass left to Mike Tolbert, throwing at the 4 outside the linebacker on 2nd and 4. They're just hopping around with double teaming here on the wideouts on Spencer Ware so far. And that's complete for 6 yards on a first down. I have a helper doing something for me. I'll have to wait till that's over to check out that pass blocking on New England. But look, you got Spencer Ware and Tom Brady. And you see the run blocking is here. The receiving targets are fine, if not better. And it's a 2018 league, the first year of a 2018 league. So the teams aren't as good even near the top, I think, as they will be in future years. Off tackle left for Spencer Ware, linebacker in zone -2 or +3. It's a 3-yard gain. Demario Davis could not make the play. 0. Dennis and I had found agreement on maybe the first 15 rounds or so, or a little longer than that. Somewhere in the 20s, I think around round 22, 23, he took over for quite a while as I was a little burnt out. Off tackle right to Spencer Ware. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 2-yard gain for Ware, who I'm sure had a big year. Boy, this team's got J.J. Nelson as its third receiver, too. And we, Seahawks, have an extra defensive back 0. So that's a problem. Like, even to spread us out. 3 wide, 1 head by Dennis shows blitz here on 3rd and 5, knowing that Brady's going to pick him apart if he doesn't do something. And where's the 0-3? Left guard's a 5-7 for the Pats. Center 4-5, Cody Whitehair. Flat pass left, Adam Thielen. Defense is guessing pass, double teaming elsewhere. One linebacker there is a 4, but it's complete for 5 yards on the first down for Brady. To the NFL Minnesota Viking. Excellent run blocking when you factor in this blocking back. 6. The line buck, the center's only a 4, but everywhere else 5s and 6s. Including 3 6s once you factor in Tolbert. One pass Marvin Jones. Defense double teaming Spencer Ware. So nobody back there. Jones covered by 4. He's got a great card. Of course, Brady's excellent. And the interception chance is very low on Brady. Receiver guess right. Long gain Marvin Jones. Touchdown Patriots. And they go up 6-0. It's going to be tough sledding for the Seahawks on defense. Again, this team not really built. I shouldn't say really. Since I built the team, I guess I was the primary guy building the team, and we had a consensus on most of the picks, but pretty much what I wanted for the first 22 rounds or so. But the team was not built for this year. And yet here they are, number 4 seed. Hard to talk about like being a big underdog when you go 12-3-1 and you're home in the playoffs. And we got Drew Brees, so I will say we because it is our team. Now corner 6s here on New England with a safety 5. I haven't taken a good look at this defense yet. 5-5-6 up front. Flat pass right, C.J. Anderson. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Dennis throwing at the 4. It's a 5-yard completion. It's had a very nice balance this year of run and pass. And used Anderson and Zenner very effectively. Drew Brees, of course, people are concerned about the passing. The tight ends are good for possession. Kenny Britt's good down the field. The running backs are decent flat. The second receiver isn't too good. But we've got 2nd and 5 for Seattle at their own 30. Off tackle draw left for C.J. Anderson. 7's a short gain, 15 yards on the first down for C.J. The team has Todd Gurley on the bench. So next year they may look to trade C.J. Anderson possibly. Let's see what that card looks like. It might be decent. $8:06 to go. We're midway through the first quarter. Flat pass right, Malcolm Mitchell. Defense guesses run. 11 yards on the first down. Drew Brees doing his thing. Gets the Seahawks across midfield. It's very weird to call a Dennis Crowley game, and Russell Wilson is not the quarterback. I feel like this is not Dennis. You have an imposter here. Dennis calls a very quick game. Hard to think of anybody faster than Dennis. Flat pass left to C.J. Anderson with no flat pass left to C.J. Anderson with nobody there, and it's a short gain, a 13-yard pickup. Bradley's been trying to not defer, not concede the run the last couple of plays on defense, and Dennis has caught him with the flat passing. And it's hard, you have a 3-4 defense, and you have a strong defensive line and a strong secondary. So you might want to so you're thinking of defending the flats. Looking past to C.J. Anderson, totally vacated, complete for 13 yards. That was an inside linebacker double team on Zach Ertz, who's covered by a 4. So Bradley's concerned about that. And they slid the other inside linebacker out to the flat. I did it down to the 18. Things get a little tighter down here. Off tackle left for CJ. Gains 3 yards. Dennis very good at mixing the run and the pass. Has almost a 50-50 split. It gets a lot of guess wrong run calls. Has a knack for, getting guess wrong calls in the passing game as a result, perhaps. So maybe it's not a knack, maybe it's a consequence of running the ball as much as he does. 2nd and 7 for the Hawks at the New England 15. We trail 7-0. Emron Wright to CJ Anderson. There's a linebacker there. Offensive onside tackle +2 or -2. But DJ Humphries, the former NFL first-round pick, makes the block. It's a 2-yard gain. He won't have a card next year, unfortunately. The offense will be in real good shape next year with Breeze and Todd Gurley, but they definitely will have holes on both sides of the ball that need to be addressed in some way. 3rd and 5 for the Hawks at the New England 13. Linebacker draw to CJ Anderson. The box is in play. Right guard +7 and +2. The 4, Isaac Seumalo, had a few very poor picks here in the top 15 round. He was one of them. He was on the bench in the NFL, made the block. Sometimes the young guys come around after a couple of years, so we'll see what happens. 1st and goal from the 6 for Seattle now. They go full house backfield as Todd Gurley checks in. Dennis likes to use him near the goal line. 3-4 showing blitz. Short pass is, of course, in play. Either running back, even Jeff Swain, the blocking back. Off tackle right to Gurley. Guess wrong. Touchdown, Todd Gurley. 3 would have been 24 yards. It's probably his longest run of the year last year. He had a bad year last year, but he bounced back big time this year. And a touchdown makes it 7-6. Graham Gano for the extra point. It's only 2-10, but he makes it. And the Seahawks tied the game at 7 with 4:12 to go in the first quarter. And here's the kickoff. Goes deep into the end zone, and this will probably be downed. It is. So 1st and 10 for New England. 7-7 game. This is only the Patriots' second possession. The Seahawks punted their first possession. Then New England had a touchdown drive. And then the Seahawks had a touchdown drive. Flat pass left to Adam Thielen. Covered by a 4. Linebackers a 4. Linebacker in zone makes the play. Jordan Jenkins. Interesting story. My friend Mike and his girlfriend Gail were in Atlantic City recently. And who were they playing craps with? But Jordan Jenkins was at the table playing craps. They said, Mike's a linebacker, number 48. I think his name is Justin something. I said, Jordan Jenkins? He said, yes, he's on my strat team. Off tackle left to Jaquiz Rogers, short yardage. Guess right, no gain. And Mike said Jordan was all about his mama. I guess he was like, my mama says this, my mama said that. So he's a fine player. 3rd and 9 for New England at their own 26. Three wide, 1 halfback. Dennis goes dime, 3-2-6, looking for the double-double. Maybe goading Bradley into the looking pass. Short pass, Marvin Jones. True double, no, being double team by the line. No, yeah, true double team by Stuart Cravens. Incomplete. Cravens recently reinstated by the NFL. So another guy that he's hurt me in multiple leagues. Stuart Cravens' decision not to play the NFL last year after I drafted him. 47-yard punt inside the 30. Dwayne Harris on the return. That was a Dennis pick. Dwayne Harris calls a fair catch. And the Hawks have got it. 1st and 10 at their own 27. 2:24 to go in the first quarter. I used to double team a lot more often. Maybe I need to get back to double teaming more often. Off tackle left to CJ Anderson. Only one linebacker behind. It's a 3-yard gain. I didn't catch if that was a double team looked like on Kenny Britt And then I don't know if that was a linebacker double team the inside sliding out or not. 2nd down and 7. There are 2 7s on this offensive line, but the rest of it is not good. Flat pass left, Kyle Rudolph being double teamed by the linebacker. Nobody there. Intercepted +5, 2-3, but it's complete for 5 yards. You see, they have to understand. I mean, Kyle Rudolph, 2nd down and 7. Why are you going to double team with a linebacker down the field? You're going to give up the flat pass with Drew Brees, and Rudolph is a decent flat pass target. Either of these tight ends are. So I don't think that linebacker double team makes a lot of sense towards Rudolph. Maybe to Ertz occasionally, but you got to defend these flats. 3rd and 2 for the Seahawks at their own 35. Dennis feels outmanned this game. So it would not be surprising to me to see him go for it if he does not get it here. We'll see. Off tackle left, CJ Anderson. Defense gets his run. One linebacker there. Offensive onside tackle, +5 or +2. But Taylor Lewan, who might have been our 2nd-round pick, makes the block. Andrew Norwell was the 3rd, which I regret taking a guard that highly now. And actually, it was during the draft I regretted it, but we were all drafting with a short window of preparation. Flat pass left to CJ, 2 men there, incomplete. Norwell's a fine player, but maybe we should have taken somebody on defense, or I don't know. But he's good. He made the Pro Bowl, I think, again. I don't think he was all pro. But we'll see. Maybe he gets that bump to be a 6. His normal run grade would not give him a 6. 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 40. This could be the last play of the quarter. 18 seconds to go. And remember, right, CJ Anderson, defense gets his pass. Short gain on CJ's guard for 14 yards. Dennis likes those cards that have got, at least one short gain in the middle. And you're going to get something good elsewhere, right? On a 2, 3, 11, and 12. And CJ's got 9 carries for 54 yards, and he's popped a couple of short gains. We start the 2nd quarter. The Seahawks are at the New England 46. The running game getting it done, and Zach Zenner will come in, and he will run the ball. Long pass, Kyle Rudolph gets wrong, and the guy's blitzing. There's nobody on him. Receiver incomplete. Rudolph only has 10 units of completion, 5 and 10. But defender X would have been a long gain. But he can go at least 44 yards here because he has it on a 2. And there were other long game readings there. So you had 1, 3, 4, and 9. You had 13 to 15 units of straight completion on the defense there with Rudolph's man blitzing. So maybe I was wrong about not double teaming Rudolph down the field. I only watched this team play like twice. And the only stats I really know are the rushing stats. Flat pass right to CJ Anderson, 2 men there. Guessed correctly, but Drew Brees gets a 7 yards on his own card. We traded up. I think we were going to draft 19. We traded up with Bradley to make sure we got one of the better quarterbacks. We did not like the way the quarterback group was heading after about pick 16 or so. And we had a choice of Brady or Brees. We took Brees because he's a couple years younger. And they're both talking about playing into their mid-40s, so we'll see what happens there. But Brees, of course, extremely helpful. Short pass, Kenny Britton, 3rd and 3, only 3 men there. Dump off and play. 8 is incomplete. But Dennis knows he's going to go for it in 4th and 3 from the New England 39. Sometimes the short pass right with 3 men in zone, if you have good pass blocking or good protection matchup, is not a bad play on a 3rd and 3 type of situation. If he gets it wrong, you got some good stuff going on. If he gets it right, man, maybe you get a dump off. And guys tend to protect the front 7. And certainly it's a higher percentage play than a long pass. But you got to do everything, right? You can't do anything all the time. You can't call the same type of play in the same situation over and over. You get predictable, guys guess correctly, and you lose. 4th and 3 for the Seahawks at the New England 39. CJ Anderson in the backfield. Dennis, it was New England taking the time. Short pass, Zach Ertz, 3 men in zone, covered by 4. This could be good for the Hawks, and it is. Receiver gets right 11 yards. We both were very fond of the Zach Ertz selection. Maybe 8th round or so, somewhere in there. There's no controversy there like there was with Todd Gurley and Brandon Graham with a 2, particularly. 1st and 10 for Seattle at the New England 28, early 2nd quarter. Brees 7-11, 65 yards, taking what the defense gives him. Did look up top for Kyle Rudolph. Linebacker C.J. Anderson. All the boxes are in play. But C.J. doesn't need him. Shooking on his own card on a 6 is a 19-yard run. And it's first and goal for Seattle to New England 9. Dennis had told me late in the season, boy, this offense is playing a lot better than I thought it would. Dennis coaching has got the defense doing better than they should. And CJ's got 10 carries for 73 yards. Now I'm going to sound self-congratulatory. But really, Dennis deserves a congratulations because this team is not that good. And that's my job as the GM. So talent-wise, they're not that great for the year. And on the left, CJ Anderson gets wrong. Gets a 3-yard gain. CJ's doing yeoman's work for the Hawks. I'm not sure exactly what a yeoman does, but he must do it very well because yeoman's work is generally a good thing, right? It's a hardworking stuff. I know it's a naval rank or a naval position or term. I don't know if they have the rank now. Maybe back in the old sailing wooden ship days. It's got to be a yeoman, right? Even on Star Trek, they had a yeoman. I gotta look up a yeoman after the game. Second and goal from the 6 for the Hawks. Defense showing blitz. Then that's with the full house Zach Zenner in the game for the first time. And we're left to CJ. There is a linebacker there, but defense calls pass. It is a 5-yard gain. Makes it third and goal for the 1. And you might want to bet dollars to donuts. I don't know for sure. But you might want to bet dollars to donuts that if the Hawks face 4th and 1, Dennis will go for it here. Against Tom Brady and Spencer Ware, he's not going to feel good about a field goal, 10-7. He's going to feel like I need the touchdown and I'm willing to risk the 3 points. And he's probably right about that. He's usually right about a lot of these things when it comes to STRAT football. Linebacker Drew Brees gets the 1-yard touchdown, Seattle, and they go up 13-7, early second quarter. And Graham Gano on for the extra point, 2-10. That was one. It was like the 27th round. Dennis did when we drafted a kicker. I'm like, we need a kicker eventually, Dennis. Someone has to do the kicking. And then Gano, who I don't even like in the NFL as far as kickers go, I wanted a lot of other guys. Actually had a great season. He did not miss a field goal inside the 32. And I think the opponent returns will be okay. I was looking at that for a spring draft league, I think. The future kicking, which I also can get into a little bit. A little. You don't feel like you're able to evaluate those guys. You can't watch it. You're going to watch highlights of the kicker. Oh yeah, that one went right through. Nice. I'm crazy, but I'm not quite that crazy. I'll take a right to Spencer Ware. One linebacker there gets wrong. Really, not going for the draw yet. Only a 2-yard gain. So Ware's had 3 carries for 7 yards. Had a couple of guessed wrong opportunities and hasn't done it. But it's early. And you see that the way that Dennis plays this team with the running game and with Drew Brees and the flat passing, and he has threats to throw short and long, of course. They really eat up a lot of clock a lot of the times. Especially people are guessing pass, and he's running 6 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards, that type of thing. 2nd and 8 and plus he goes for it on 4th down a lot and converts. 2nd and 8 for New England. Defense showing blitz, feeling like I got to do something here. I'll take a right to Ware. There's 2 linebackers in there. Bradley has not responded with a draw yet. He loses one of the defense's card. So then it's showing the blitz, goading him into running it. And Bradley did run it, but he ran it into a zone with 2 men. And Bradley got 7s at right guard and right tackle, so he certainly shouldn't be fearing the safety blitz from this team. 3rd and 9 for the Patriots. At their own 26, this is a big play. Short pass, Jason Witten be double teamed. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defender X is incomplete. J.J. Wilcox was in coverage with help from the extra defensive backs, and the extra defensive back helped force the incompletion. These good pass defense cards, and Bradley's got a punter with Matt Darr. 45-yard kick down inside the 29, around the 31, something like that, the 29. Dwayne Harris calls for a fair catch. Don't fumble it, Dwayne. I can root here because this is, our team. I say my team, not meaning that I own it, but, I'm part of the team. So, but, I'm just realizing, it's a quarterfinal. SOMIFA 28, which I haven't followed it super closely. The winner makes the semifinals here. So this to make the final 4. Flat pass right to C. Anderson. Linebacker 5 there. Gets right 5 yards. Just Drew Brees flat pass right guard is just automatic. Everything except 2 and 11 is good. And you get 9 units of receiver, of course, in the flock. Flat pass right receiver is usually pretty decent, especially here. You got these 2 tight ends, and the running back here is not bad at all. Not one of CJ's better running back receiving cards, but it's okay. 2nd and 5, 842. Flat pass right to CJ. Nobody there. Receiver gets wrong, a 3-yard gain. So actually, this card is not that great. The yardage is pretty good. But you really want one of those, at least a 25-30 card, with 7 the only thing incomplete for your running back. But at least the yardage is good. A good thing that it was guessed incorrectly would have been a big loss of yardage on the flat pass right on a 3. 3rd and 2 for Dennis at his own 37. Curious to see what it does here if he does not get the first down. It leads by a touchdown. He likes to go for it. See what he does. Long pass, Kenny Britt. Nobody there. It's guessed right, though. Covered by a 6. Picked off 2 to 4 and 12. Incomplete. That tells me Dennis is probably going to punt it. Well, actually, that doesn't say it, but... And he will punt it. Brian, anger management. What a terrible year this year. That was a pick I took earlier than Dennis thought. He thought I was phoning that one in. And I could have done a little more research on that pick. But Anger was considered one of the better punters in the NFL, and he had a very bad year this year. So we might be looking to replace him next year. 1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 19. We will be trying to compete for the year in a big way next year. Flat pass right, Spencer Ware. Correct double team by Ricardo Allen. Incomplete. Ricardo Allen was, I think, one of my top 12 picks, and he had a terrible year. Most of the season came on late, but might still only be a 4, so he has not worked out that well yet. But that's a real bad picks in the first 15 rounds. That nose tackle, who's not a nose tackle from Tennessee. Austin Johnson, Stuart Craven's retiring. Isaac Siamalo. Flat pass right to Spencer Ware. 2nd 10. Nobody there, but it's guessed correctly. 3 guys blitzing. Wrong on the running backs card. You don't want to see that with the Spencer Ware card. Plus 6 on Brady's card on the flat pass right. Brady 7 of 10, 73, 1 touchdown. No interceptions. That is 3rd and 4. That's doing a good job against this New England offense so far today, as we are playing this in the middle of the afternoon on the East Coast at 12:30 Pacific. I don't know what Mountain Time is. Short pass says J.J. Nelson, single coverage on a 0. With Foreman there, though, incomplete on Brady's card. Does have 18 units of completion, and the Patriots will have to punt it yet again. And Bradley is probably getting a little annoyed. I guarantee you I'd be getting annoyed. 46-yard punt down to the 29 for Dwayne Harris. And returns it for no gain. That's all right. Just don't fumble it, Dwayne. Plus 11, plus 5, plus 3. And now 6 minutes to go in the first half. The Hawks have got a chance from their own 29 to do something. And now 6 minutes is a lot of time. They have the two-minute warning and 3 timeouts. But Dennis can use up a lot of clock here and have a good drive. That's kind of the natural way he's been playing with this team. He certainly takes his shots down the field, but they're effective running and flat passing. Off tackle left to CJ. Defense against his run. There's nobody there. And a double box might be in play. I don't think so. And he's running behind the 6s. Guess right on CJ's card is a 5-yard gain. CJ 13 carries, 86 yards. He has to be nearing fatigue. And as I say that, Todd Gurley checks in on 2nd and 5. Really not a good card this year. Should have a good card next year. We'll see how good, but I think it will be pretty good. The receiving will be phenomenal, but I'm talking about the running. The receiving for a running back. Off tackle left to Todd Gurley. Defense gets us wrong. Short gain Gurley. The dog has grabbed the bone. It's a 19-yard run. It's an inside joke for Dennis. 1st and 10 for Seattle at the New England 47. Gurley 2 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown on a lousy card, and he's in the game still. Off tackle left to Gurley again. The box is in play. Defensive onside tackle, plus 5 or plus 2. I'm excited watching Todd Gurley now, mostly because I love the story that Dennis didn't want him and was really wanted to veto the pick. And we were arguing about it back and forth. He really didn't want him, and I know he's like, I know this is a terrible pick. And he finally yielded and let me get it, and then the guy has a great year. So I feel good about that. And he's young. So Dennis I will never let him forgive that. I hope Gurley has like 8 great years. And I can know he's like 7 years from now, I can still be, reminding Dennis. It's not very magnanimous of me. I realize that. But 3rd and 2, and as we talked about now, 3rd and 2 at the 39, only 3:36 to go. He's running, and the clock goes down just like that. So if he can convert this first down, either here or on 4th down, because he will go for it on 4th down. Looking past the Gurley. Defense gets his pass, but there's only one man there. Receiver gets right, incomplete. And Dennis will go for it here. I'm pretty confident. Gurley has the 7-0 incomplete flat pass wrong. 4th down and 2. C.J. Anderson checks back in. Makes sense. Well, I think we're going to see an end run right for CJ, even though that failed on a 4th down before. Dennis mostly running inside. That's probably where Bradley will go. There's a flat pass left to CJ. Defense gets the pass, throwing it a 4. 3 yards complete and a first down for the Seahawks at the New England 36. 2:42 to go. I bet she brings in Gurley and runs it with him. Or throws flat. But I bet he brings Gurley in. CJ down to 1 on fatigue carry. And something was amiss here. I feel like I missed a play or something. It said flat pass left to Todd Gurley. That was I don't know what's going on. It feels like I'm behind or something here. It looked like a flat pass left to Todd Gurley, but all I'm getting right now is like clicking, and I'm not seeing what's going on. And we're down to 2:06. I probably need to turn off animation and get synced back up again. So linebacker Todd Gurley, center +5 +2. J.C. Treader could not make the block. There's another pick that has not worked out too well. 2nd down, and then they turned off the animation for a minute. I'm going to try to get back in sync here. And we're at the 2-minute warning, and we should be in sync now. 2nd and 8 for Seattle at the New England 34. Gurley in the backfield. 5 carries, 35 yards for number 30, I believe he is, in the NFL. Linebacker draw to Gurley. Defense gets his pass. Gurley gains 4 yards. So it's a 3rd down and 4. And both sides will probably let the clock run here. I'll put the animation back on. Dennis lets it run. They do let it run down. 3rd and 4 for Seattle to New England 30. We know Dennis likes to run it. But Bradley has given him a couple of run calls. He doesn't respect Gurley's card that much. Short pass remains a possibility, maybe to Kenny Britt, who will not likely to be double teamed. I don't think Dennis is worried about a sack here. Off tackle left to Gurley, nobody there. 11 yards in the box. 21-yard gain for Mr. Gurley. Out of the University of Georgia, 7 carries for 60 yards. Seattle has about 150 yards of rushing here in the first half. And I think that was the only run longer than 20. That was a 21-yarder. And it's a 1st and goal Seahawks at the New England 9, 1 minute to go. What did I say about a perfectly orchestrated drive here? Dennis is going to use up the rest. He got about 6 minutes to go at about his own 29. He's using up all 6 minutes of the half and might get a touchdown or certainly at least a field goal attempt, barring a knock on wood turnover. Off tackle right to Gurley. Defense gets his run this time, but J.J. Humphrey makes another block. 4 on a 4, while the full house bumped him up to a 5 and he needed it. That was a white tie 5. But 3 yards for Gurley creates 2nd and goal at the 6. This is where New England should call a timeout. They don't. Dennis goes hurry up. Full house against the 3-4 blitz. C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley are your running backs. I think Brett's going to get run. I think you'll see a pass here, maybe to Gurley. Off tackle right for Gurley. Defense gets his wrong short gain. Touchdown, Todd Gurley. His 2nd touchdown of the day. A 6-yard gain. Dennis liking Todd Gurley now. 20-7 Seahawks. 9 carries, 69 yards for unlikely Todd Gurley card. Is 21-7 now. 22 seconds to go in the first half. And the Hawks are kicking off, and there'll be some sort of well, we'll see what he does. Maybe just kicks it deep. Graham Gano's excellent opponent return stuff. He goes for the squib. And that's something I need to look at before my next SSFA game. All the squib kicking and when to use it and when not to use it. Because there are some guys out there certainly way ahead of me with that. Including Dale Ripley, spoiler alert. Let's just say he had a very successful SOMIFA season. I know Dan Moran uses it and has talked about when to use it. I need to get in on that. I need to look it up and see when I want to apply the squib kickoff. I'll save yourself some yardage. Long pass, Andre Roberts is a guy back there, but 2 guys back there, thankfully. And 8's incomplete. Dennis had a couple of double teams out there, but maybe the linebacker variety is now we're in the final seconds literally, of the first half. Only 8 seconds to go. New England's got the ball thrown 20. They trail 21-7. The Patriots will get the ball to start the second half, and they're going to need it because they're down 2 touchdowns to the great Mr. Crowley. And we'll see what happens. Brady takes a knee. Bradley says, I've seen enough. I'm sure Dennis will allow the half to expire here. And it's 21-7. All Seattle in the first half. They only had a touchdown to start on the first drive of the game. And it's been all Seahawks ever since. Kick goes deep into the end zone for Andre Roberts, who will probably down it. Seattle 232 yards of offense to 78. 156 yards on the ground with the longest of only 21. And Breeze was efficient. You only have a first half like that. Emron to Spencer Ware, I guess wrong, running up to 6, though. Box scores for Spencer, 25-yard gain. Patriots have hardly had the ball. 5 carries, 31 yards now for Spencer. Obviously his biggest run of the game. Normally you have like 156 yards rushing in a half. You have like, a 32-yarder at least in there or something, maybe even longer. But this team, not today. Longest of 21 and some short gains and a lot of 6s and stuff like that. Off Tucker right to Spencer Ware, 1 linebacker there. We're being double-teamed. A 7-yard pickup. Seattle hardly out of the woods, though, against a superior team. Seattle had the ball for 20 minutes and 38 seconds out of 30 minutes in the first half. So they had the ball more than 2/3 of the time. Looking past to Mike Tolbert. Defense gets a pass, 1 linebacker there. Safety double teaming elsewhere. 7-yard completion and a first down. The flat pass has been good to Brad today. Little else has. And he is in Seattle territory behind that Spencer Ware 25-yard run. He's at the Seattle 36, his deepest penetration since his touchdown drive on his first possession. I'll take a left to Ware. Dennis Cole's run as a linebacker in there. And it's a 3-yard pickup. Good call by Dennis. That would have been 10 yards without the linebacker there. 2nd down and 7. Dennis guessing right seemingly every play, except some of the runs. Off tackle left to Spencer Ware. 1 linebacker there. Guessed wrong. Snake Eyes is a 6-yard gain for Spencer. His big run is on an 11 plus 45. But the 6 yards will have to suffice. 3rd down and 1 for the Pats at the Seattle 27. Calling too many strat games a little there. I need to do other things in my life. That's why I left Psalm so I have a little more balance. But it is playoffs. So where defense gets his run, they got 2 linebackers there. Linebacker right part is zone -1 plus 3, but a 3-yard gain. Demario Davis is 0 against the run this year. Next year should be a much better than that. Probably a 5 against the run. Maybe only a 0 against the pass, or if his rating was real low, or maybe a 45. Show best Jason Witten on 1st and 10. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Patriots at the Seattle 24 now. Defender extra plus 12. It's a first down as J.J. Wilcox couldn't make the play. I think I drafted a whole bunch of safeties, none of whom did anything. And our corner situation is maybe a little shaky, but 1st and 10 for the Pats at the Seattle 12. Flat pass left, Spencer Ware throwing at the 4. Bradley hoping for a white die 6 here, but he gets a 7-yard completion on Brady's card. Brady 10 of 15, 99 yards. He's pretty good. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. And the New England has it 2nd and 3 of the Seattle 5. Defense showing blitz. Brad should not care about that at all. And he should even consider making a derogatory comment in the chat box. We have 4 7s. Go ahead, safety blitz me. Off tackle right, Jaquiz Rogers. Defense gets his run 2 linebackers and then 3-4. It's a loss of 1. You really want to run. You want to avoid the off tackle close to the goal line against a 3-4 because that 2 linebacker column for off tackle is really tough. The two linebackers is not nearly as imposing. Bradley saying, well, I've got 6'6" on the right side of the full house. Okay. Get 6'5" up the middle. It's not that bad. Of course, Rogers in that greater than linebacker. Maybe thought where's going to be keyed. So 3rd and 4 from the 6. A big play here. Defense showing blitz. Short pass, Jason Witten Foreman there. Incomplete on Brady's card. Brady having trouble on 3rd down, uncharacteristically. Now will the winner kick the field goal. 4th and 4 from the 6. We're trailing and having a hard time stopping Seattle. Will they consider the risky going for it? You might only do that because you have Brady and he's real good. Probably the wise move is to take the field goal here and then see what happens after that. And here comes Robbie Gould for the field goal. 2-11, it's up and good. And New England gets on the board for the first time since their opening possession. But it's only a field goal, and they trailed 21-10, and they've had a lot of trouble. They've basically been completely unable to stop this Seattle offense. 27-yard kick return by Dwayne Harris gives the Seahawks the ball up their own 31, 8:42 to go. They lead 21-10. Zach Zenner tends to come in the second half, and there he is. ZZ on top. The double Z. Zenner had 1,000 yards for Dennis, running exclusively in the second half of games. Yeah, they've wanted 6-7 short gain off tackle wrong. Long pass, Kyle Rudolph being double teamed by the linebacker, but Dennis gets a dump off reading after 6 yards and a completion to Zenner, who has good yardage on the flat pass right. Look at that. Plus 11, plus 10, plus 8. On 8, 9, 10 for running back, plus the 33-yard gain on the boxcars. And again, does not have the 7-0 incomplete gets wrong. But at least he has good yardage. 2nd and 4 for Seattle. Todd Gurley checks in. Bradley saying, I can't believe I have to respect this Todd Gurley card. It's a lousy card, and he's doing well against me. I know that's what I'd be saying. One pass, Kyle Rudolph. Defense gets his passes. Nobody covering Rudolph. There is a safety 5 back there. Picked off 2 to 6 and 12. Intercepted by the Patriots down around their own 30 at their own 33. Bradley's going to return it, I'm pretty sure. Gets 4 yards. The first turnover of the game, I believe. And it comes with Seattle leading 21-10. Go big or go home. Dennis likes to say sometimes you go big and go home. But hopefully not today. 21-10 still, though. Seattle leads. And let's see if the Wind can get something going after the big turnover. Dennis does have a 2-score lead. So it's not the end of the world. It barely does something good here. Long pass, Marvin Jones. Defense double teaming correctly. Picked off on a 12 on Brady on the pure double team. Unbelievable. No gain on the return. Brady's interception split is on 12. One of only a couple of guys in the set that have that. Maybe Prescott this year and Aaron Rodgers one of these years had it. But it's a correct double team, a pure double team, which would have been on the quarterback squad double team regardless. Even if it was a linebacker double team. But Tom Brady with the interception, rare in the set. Off to right for Zach Zenner, gains a yard. And now there's only 6:54 to go in the third quarter. Seahawks lead 21-10, 2nd and 9. Dennis would love to get at least one first down and run some clock. Of course, he'd love to do a lot more than that, but at a minimum, let me take a few minutes off the clock. Let me make Brad feel more pressure after what he feels like maybe he's not getting the luck he deserves. Off tackle left to Zach Zenner. Defense gets the pass. 4-yard gain for the Zennator. So he's got the 6-7 short gain. He's got some solid yards. Otherwise, I guess right column is not that good. And there's nothing on the edges here beyond, plus 5, plus 8, plus 9. But the card still works. 3rd and 5 for the Hawks. Dennis likes to run it on 3rd down and containment more than pretty much anyone. But I don't think he'll do it here because you might have the safety coming up. You might have the containment nerfed or strengthened, rather. And if you don't get it here, you're probably going to punt it based upon the score of the game. He does run it. Line draw to Zenner. And the double box is in play. And I guess wrong reading, 9 yards in Zenner's card. And containment was failed as Bradley inexplicably blitzed the inside linebacker into the off-tackle zone, giving Dennis a better opportunity at containment, at beating containment. Flat pass left to Zach Zenner. Nobody there as Bradley blitzes everyone, perhaps in a fit of annoyance. And it's a 7-yard completion from Breeze to center. Who does it all? Deion Jones, left inside 54, was back there. It was a white die 1. So it has to be that the containment was yielded when, as a 3-4 defense, he moved one of the inside linebackers. Off tackle left to center, nose tackle 0 +3. And Dominican Sue is nerfed down to a 5 in this 3-4. White die 6 with the first down. Braley says, I can't even get a 5 to make a play here. Somebody do something out there. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the New England 44. Driving. Center only 4 carries for 17 yards, so he's got plenty of carries to go, which is 9 for him. Off tackle left to Zach Center. There's a guy in there. Now, that time he gets run. I put a guy in the off tackle zone. It might have been the outside linebacker. Linebacker -2 +3. Kiko Alonso's a 4. White die 5. 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. I think you're going to see a pass here. But Dennis likes to run it. With this team particularly. Off tackle left to center. Only gains 2 yards. It's his worst reading outside of the 5. Yeah, outside of the dreaded 5, everything on his guest run card is 4 yards or more. That's pretty good. He's not gonna can't get more than 20 yards on his card, and that would be on a short gain with a 2. But still, 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks. Really has to be thinking, is this guy going to run it again here? And it's no thinking that linebacker draw to center. You can yield containment. 3rd down and 5 twice. He yielded containment by moving his inside linebacker. Once he blitzed him an off-tackle blitz. And this time he put him downfield for a double team on a tight end. I mean, that would have been containment. It was a white die 1 again. He would have had the containment. Unless that never against the linebacker is a 0 against the run. He's not. He's a 44. 3rd and 5. You don't want to be yielding containment to a decent running code, to decent blocking. I mean, you really don't want to do that. It's really not as a regular thing. You see this team has got 2,000-yard rushers. Off tackle left to Zach Center. 3-yard gain. I don't know. And that time he did a run key with the safety only into a linebacker spot. There's no effective key there. It has to be 2 guys in the zone. So maybe the guy on the outside also looking for an end run key, but Zach Center's not going to run an end run. Look at his card. 3rd and 7 for the Seahawks at the New England 21. I mean, that's a game-changing and season-changing decision there on both of those 3rd and 5s. The defense yielding containment up the middle. Dennis is running linebacker off tackle all day. Especially the last one, especially, it's not like the New England 39 or something. He likes to go for it in 4th down. He might run it and get a 4th and short. Short pass to Zach Ertz on 3rd and 7. Receiver gets right, incomplete. And Graham Gano will come out for the field goal. You want to avoid the negative variable here. Gano's card not that great. It was just the best of what was available when we finally got around to a kicker. I would have liked one earlier. And the kick is blocked. The kick is blocked by New England. They're going to try and run it back. And Graham Gano's kick is blocked. And Dominican Sue advanced a loose ball 3 yards. And the Patriots are very much alive. Dennis needed that field goal to make it a 24-10 game. Now he can lose if he gives up 2 touchdowns. And it was such a nice long drive. Off tackle left, Spencer Ware. Defense double teaming. 7-yard gain for Ware. Very tough break for Seattle there. 2nd down and 3 for the Pats at their own 37. Off tackle left to Ware. Defense gets him run. 1 linebacker there. No gain for Ware. Dennis showing enough as we move to the 4th quarter. It's 21-10 Seattle, but New England has the ball. 3rd and 3 at their own 37. A huge play here. Would Bradley consider going for it if he fails to convert on 3rd down? I don't think he's the most aggressive, but looking past Jason Witten, defense double teaming elsewhere. Linebacker's only a 4. This should be good for the Patriots. Only a 2-yard gain. 4th and 1 from their own 39. Early 4th quarter. Playoffs. Season on the line. I think we'll see Bradley go for it here. But I don't know. I don't think he's normally super aggressive. He's going to be aggressive here. He goes for it. It's the right move, probably. I think it's the right decision. It's certainly an understandable decision. Let's put it that way. And he's having trouble stopping Dennis at all. I mean, in the last drive, Dennis went right down the field again with the West Coast. Blocking back on halfback. Spencer Ware is there. Mike Tolbert's a 6. So running the ball, now you got to watch out for these defensive end 6s. If you're off tackle, you might hit a defensive end reading and you go nowhere. You know that Dennis might flood it. Maybe a short pass is in order. Flat pass right, Mike Tolbert successfully double teamed by Dennis. What a tremendous call. But he gets the 5-yard completion on Brady's card. We have not seen Tolbert targeted, I don't think, all day. He's got some dump off receptions, I believe. And Dennis on 4th and 1 successfully double teams him. But Brady comes through for Brad on his own card with 10 units of flat pass double team completion. There was a little bit on the defense as well, but what a huge break for Brad there. Short pass Spencer Ware. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 14-yard completion for Brady. And you feel like it's only a matter of time until Brady gets going with the short pass right column. He's got 18 units, and he's got 4 7s of the offensive line. I know Dennis has been double teaming effectively or double teaming a lot, but you could maybe strafe short pass a little bit here. You've been trying to be patient, though. Remember, left to Spencer Ware. Defense gets the pass. The dreaded 5, no gain, comes up at the wrong time for Bradley. I swear he's got a very fun Emron column, better than I realized. I thought he was more of an LBOT guy. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots at the Seattle 42. They trail 21-10, 12:36 to go. Huge possession here. Bradley needs points. The way this game is going, he feels like he needs a touchdown. If he gets a touchdown, will he go for 2 or not? That's interesting. Emron Spencer Ware. Defense double teaming Spencer Ware. Doesn't help against the run. Box guards for Spencer. 25 yards. 2nd time today. And it's 1st and 10 for New England at the Seattle 17. Dennis trying to do whatever he can here to slow down. This is a high-powered offense that somehow only has 10 points in 3 quarters against a defense that is really not well put together for the year. Short pass Adam Thielen. Defense double-teaming Ware. Only 3 men there. There's that short pass right I talked about from Mr. Brady. He's going to the Hall of Fame for a reason. And it's even more than a short pass right column, but he's going to the Hall of Fame for a reason. And there's a 13-yard completion from Brady to Thielen. 1st and goal from the 4 for the Patriots. Defense shows blitz. Who cares? Short pass to Spencer Ware. Defense gets his pass. 4-man in zone. The 9 in the defense would really be a killer. Defender extra short gain. Touchdown Patriots. Jordan Jenkins could not make the play. And New England will go for 2. Try to make it a field goal game. Interesting. This means if Dennis stops him and then kicks a field goal, Bradley needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. If Bradley just kicked the extra point here, and Dennis gets a field goal, Bradley needs a touchdown. But Bradley's saying, I want the 2-point conversion to make it a field goal game, which makes sense. Full house backfield. Spencer Ware and Jaquez Rogers are running options. Mike Tolbert can also run it. Short pass Jason Witten. Defense guesses wrong. 4-man in zone. Covered by a 4. Picked off on the 2-point conversion. Dennis can try to run this back now and get 2 points by NFL rule. Yes, he tried to advance it. We got a 7. So it's a 21-16 game. Good break for the Seahawks there. Kick goes 1 yard into the end zone. I don't know what the opponent QR looks like. Let's see what Dennis decides to do. He's taking his time. So maybe going to League Manager to click on the opponent KR. I wouldn't put it past him. An 18-yard return. It did take it out. 27-23-18. Took a little more time off the clock, I guess. Pretty reasonable decision, I guess. You know, you can get a 2 or a 3 or a 7, and you're ahead of the game, but you are risking a fumble. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 17. Big drive here after the blocked field goal. Flat pass left to Zach Zenner. Covered by 4. Defender X -1 and +4. Chandler Jones could not make the play. He should be a 6 next year, either against run or pass. I'm not sure which one, but at least one of those. 2nd down at 6. Seattle had a great drive last time. That a 38-yard field goal then blocked. That's why they only lead by 5 here, instead of having a more comfortable touchdown advantage. This is a big drive for them. Flat pass left, Zach Zenner. Defense calls run. Breeze connects easily to Zenner, who has 4 catches for 26 yards. Breeze's numbers don't look great. 14-22, 102, no touchdowns, 1 interception. But outside of that 1 interception, which was on a bomb, he's played fairly well. But mostly the running game. People fear Breeze, and rightly so. 1st and 10 for Seattle, their own 30. Off tackle right to Zenner. Defense gets a pass. Short gain in Zenner's guard, 12-yard pickup. The box was in play then. Now, at this point, Brad has to realize Dennis is running almost exclusively off tackle and some linebacks when other guys are in there. You know, I would think twice about vacating my look-in zone so readily. Giving him extra boxes. Off tackle right says then I put the linebacker up on the line of scrimmage now. That's more like it. Blocking back +1 and -1, loses 1. 2 tight end offense. Only 24 to go. You just know if Dennis doesn't score at least a field goal in this drive, you get that bad feeling as a coach. The team's got Brady and Ware, and I've held him down for the most part, but my defense isn't that great, and he needs a touchdown to win. You get a bad feeling as a defensive coach if you can't make something happen on this offensive drive. 2nd and 11, off tackle of Zenner. Again, a box is vacated. Short gain for the Zeninator. 11 yards. Dennis says I needed another. Dennis told me like early 20s in the inaugural draft. You know the running back if you want me to go at least 9 and 7. I said, fine, take a running back. Oh, so I picked out Zenner, who looked pretty decent. He's done a great job for him. 21-16 Seattle. 7:48 to go. They're at the New England 48. This is crunch time. New England needs to stop. Seattle knows they need points, so that the worst they could do is be forced to go into overtime from the potential late game heroics of one Tom Brady. 2 tight end, 2 wide, 1 running back. Haven't seen a lot of Zach Ertz here. I certainly haven't seen a lot of Malcolm Mitchell. For good reason. His car's not a great. He's going by 6. Short pass, Kenny Griff. Foreman in the zone. 2 blitzes on. Defender extra short gain. That's Brent Grimes. The grimy one, who was a 6. So the play is made. 2nd down and 10. Dennis has been running him in 2nd and long. Hasn't thrown consecutive passes in a while, it feels like. I wouldn't put it past him to go deep to Britt here. Or to throw a short pass to someone like Rudolph, perhaps. Thinking that Bradley's going to play for the flats or call run. I think a short pass Rudolph might be what you see here. Flat pass right is in. A 2-man there, but complete for 5 yards on Drew Brees' card. That trading out the draft, Drew Brees worked out pretty well. We made the right move there. We consulted on that extensively, and we're both in agreement. We had to get a better quarterback. Couldn't sit back at wherever we were, 19 or 20, and think about taking Andy Dalton or somebody. 3rd and 5 for Seattle at the New England 43. 6:54 to go. Now he's run it on 3rd and 5 for first downs, beating containment. Weinberg draw against a run. Dennis should not have run a draw there. Should have done a straight run. Would have lost the yard anyway. And kudos to Brad for calling run finally. Dennis has to punt it. As a coffin corner, it goes 32 yards. But now this is the scenario that you were very concerned about if you are a Seattle Seahawks fan. Is you're leading 21-16, but you just have to punt it to Brady. And he's got 6 minutes of clock, and a touchdown gives him a lead. Touchdown with 2-point conversion puts him up by 3. Flat pass left, Adam Thielen, New England starting from their own 13. Nobody there. Dennis blitzing a couple of guys. 6-yard completion on Brady's card. Brady 16 of 23, 143, 2 touchdowns and an interception. See, if Dennis had well, even if you run a regular play, would have lost a yard there. Not even a draw. So it would have hurt him either way. 2nd and 4. Would have to punt it at 4th and 6 either way. Flat pass left to Thielen. This time there's a linebacker there. Defense double teaming Marvin Jones down the field with the free safety. And a short gain on 3. Guess right. 18 yards for Brady. Going up to their own 37. 4:48 to go. And the NFL Super Bowl, Philly versus New England. Similar spot here. There was only about 2:15 left in that game. You said, oh, here comes Brady. New England's going to pull it out. They always do. And you got the sack fumble. Off tackle right to Spencer Ware. Defense calls run. No one behind. Hits the box. 11 plus 10 is 21 yards. And just like that, the Patriots are down to the Seattle 42. They do need a touchdown, though. 4:12 to go. Like as I was saying, in the Super Bowl, I think we all thought with about 2:15 to go, oh, Brady's going to march down the field. The Patriots are going to win this game. And instead, it was a sack fumble. So who knows what happened here. Off tackle right to Ware. Defense double teaming him. They get the blocks again. There's a fumble, but New England recovers it. A snap fumble for Brady. Just as I was saying anything could happen. It's like a 2.4 out of 1,000. Brady with a snap fumble, but Spencer Ware fell on it. And the Patriots did lose 2 yards on the play, but they at least averted a total disaster. As it's 2nd down and 12 at the Seattle 44, 3:36 to go. Obviously 4 down territory when you're trailing by 5 and there's 3:36 to go and you're across the 50-yard line. 3 wide, 1 halfback. J.D. Nelson, a dangerous third wide receiver. The dump off, such a killer right now for the Seahawks, who will not be able to generate pressure no matter what they do because it's 4-7 to the offensive line. Line looks raw to Spencer Ware. Double box in play. Dennis looking for a white tie. It's a single box, so a 7-yard gain for Ware, who's got 15 carries for 110 yards, a couple of 25-yard runs. And New England's got a 3rd and 5 at the Seattle 37. Patriots stay with the 3 wide, 1 halfback. Will he run it? Now he's going from the 3 wide. Dennis usually runs it from the regular formation. So it's good to have a decent receiving running back. Flat pass left, Adam Thielen. Defense double teaming Spencer Ware. Linebacker 4 there. White die 6, 9-yard completion. First down, Patriots. New England with the first down at the Seattle 28. Brady versus Breeze. Who will make the semifinals here in the inaugural season of SOMIFA 28? Blocking back 1 halfback formation. Spencer Ware is the halfback. Short pass, Marvin Jones. Defense calls pass. He's covered by 4. Only 3 men there. 2:24 to go. Jones very dangerous. Receiver gets right. 15 yards and a big first down. 1st and 10 Pats at the Seattle 13. 1926 for Marvin, but all kinds of yardage. Become one of the better receivers to have in Strat in recent years. 2-minute warning. Dennis has to be saying, if you're going to score a touchdown, do it quickly. So I got some time to come back and do something here. Bradley says, I'll take the touchdown whenever I can get it, but preferably with a little time on the clock. Blocking back 1 halfback against the nickel 3-3-5. Think you'll see a run here. Will Dennis call it, though? Will Dennis call a run here? Doesn't like calling run very much, especially for nickel 3-3-5. Flat pass right to Jason Witten. Dennis was run king. Spencer Ware, good for him. And only a 2-yard completion. 2nd and 8. Dennis defensively calls timeout, which is wise here. Now he's got second. Now Brad's got 2nd and 8 from the Seattle 11. Worst thing that could happen to the Seahawks here is to give the first down, because then he can run out the rest of the clock and probably score a touchdown. Run out a lot of the remaining clock and score a touchdown. Then it says, let me either stop him completely or let him just get the touchdown. I want to give the first down. Short pass to Jason Witten. Single coverage. Covered by 4. Only 3 men there. Dump off and play. Brady short pass right caught. I talked about it earlier. Receiver gets right. 12 yards. Touchdown from Brady to Witten. And the Patriots take a 22-21 lead. They're going to go for 2, of course, to try to push it out to a field goal lead. This is a big play here. Dennis had the field goal blocked. And that play is looming very large right now. That blocked field goal. Late in the 3rd quarter, I think it was. Full house backfield. Ware and Rodgers. Dennis picked off the last of these. Off like a right to Rodgers. Dennis run king Spencer Ware. Blocking back +1 to -1. It is a 1-yard gain only. The Patriots fail a 2-point try, and therefore they only lead 22-21. If they kicked the extra point both times and made it, they'd be up 24-21. And I think their kicker, Robbie Gould, is good at the extra points this year. Instead, they're only up 22-21 by failing on both 2-point tries, and Seattle can win the game with a field goal. A 27-yard return by Dwayne Harris gives the Seahawks 1st and 10 at their own 31. 90 seconds to 2 timeouts. Dennis stays in the 2 tight, 2 wide, 1 running back. Only needs a field goal. I'll try to check out Graham Gano's field goal card when I can. Off tackle, draw to Zach Zenner. The box is in play. Oh, Dennis would love to hit that box right now. Offensive onside tackle, +5 or +2. 5-yard run. Taylor Lewan making the block. And Graham Gano for the 33-37 is 2-6. He shoots 2-8, 11, and 12 from anywhere closer. So you'd love to get down to about the 29 if you can. So it's about 35 yards that Dennis needs. And I have a feeling he's going to get there, miss the field goal. This will lose the season. Off tackle, Jordan Zenner again. Dreaded 5 at the worst time. One of the worst times possible. It was off tackle wrong. Nobody there. The box was in play. And it was 2nd and 5. And anything there, even a couple of yards. You want more than that, but even a couple of yards at least brace containment. Now you got 3rd and 5. Now we know Dennis has run on 3rd and 5. We know that Bradley has called the run on 3rd and 5, but I don't think he's going to call it the minute to go. I wouldn't be surprised that maybe an end run for CJ, but the Seattle blocking is better on the inside. And of course, time is a factor. But Dennis wants to get this first down. And if he misses it, flat pass right to CJ. Oh, he's blitzing and double dumping, so he's guessed wrong. He blitzed the outside linebackers. He did off tackle. He doubled twice down the field, so he's guessed wrong. But Dennis hit the no man on the defensive guard anyway for 10 yards and a first down, 2-4-6. Anderson's out of bounds. It was a wide tie 4. So a lot of good things for Seattle on that play. Now they got 1st and 10 at their own 46. 1 timeout left, 52 seconds to go. They're about 24 yards away, ideally 25, 26. 24 to 26 yards away from where you want to be to try 2 to 11 and 12 field goal without much of a chance of the variable hurting you and win the game. C.J. Anderson is in there. He has 1 unfatigue carry left. Looking back to CJ, totally vacated, guessed wrong. Short gain, 13 yards. Dennis knew with the time being a factor, there's a chance Bradley would vacate the middle of the field, and Bradley did. And Drew Brees took advantage of the 13-yard completion on the good play call, giving the Hawks a 1st and 10 to New England 41. Now he'll probably go hurry up here. They are only 1 first down away from reasonable field goal range, 2 to 11 and 12. And even if they get at least 4 or 5 yards and don't get a first down, then it's 2 to 6 to win the game. Dennis goes hurry up. CJ is in there. Defense going nickel 3-3-5. Dennis only has 1 timeout. Think you're going to see a short pass or an end run. I don't think he wants to mess around with these flats right now. I don't think he wants to do another look-in or inside run with only 1 timeout and 30 seconds to go and needing yardage. There's an end run to CJ Anderson, guess right. No gain on 11, guess wrong on his own card, and he fails to get out of bounds. Dennis is going to have to call timeout, his last one. That's what it looks like. He could hurry up and get down to 8 seconds, but he's going to have to call timeout. A bad break there. At least 3 or 4 yards, preferably at least 4 yards, at least get him into that 2 to 6 range. Now with 22 seconds left, Dennis has 2nd and 10 for the New England 41. He goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. The running is not going to be happening now. You can put it in Breeze's hands. There's going to be a short pass or a flat pass. The flat pass right to Zach Ertz. Defense gets the pass. Linebacker 4 is there. Dennis is a wide tie 6. Linebacker throw to extra short gain for 11 yards. Ertz does not get out of bounds. Dennis will have to spike the ball here if Stratomatic allows it, which I think they will. So he's down at the New England 30. And New England's figuring out what to do on defense. And Dennis will spike the ball with 8 seconds to go. Graham Gano will come out for a 47-yard field goal attempt. 2 to 8, 11 and 12 to win the game. 9 or 10, they lose, or a block. He had the kick blocked earlier. I said I had a feeling he might miss this, but hopefully not. Let's see what happens. 2 to 8, 11 and 12. The variable could hurt him. And the kick is blocked again. Blocked on a 12 the second time. The negative variable also coming into play. And the Seahawks lose the game. And the season is over 22-21 thanks to misfortune in the field goal kicking game. 2 field goals blocked in the second half. And there's no way to say it. There's no other way to say it. But that Dennis Crowley has to feel like he just lost a playoff game that he should have won. .362 yards for the Seahawk offense, 305 for New England. 35-minute time of possession. Turnovers were even. 39 carries, 221 yards on the ground. But late third quarter, Dennis had a 38-yard field goal attempt blocked. And then right here at the very end of the game, 47-yard field goal attempt blocked. He got hit with a negative variable anyway, which made it 2 to 6. And the Seahawks had a great season, 12-3-1, dramatically overachieving with this team, this defense particularly. and they're denied a trip to the Final Four here in the inaugural season of SOMIFA 28. Thanks to the failure to block on special teams. Dennis says, who drafted these field goal blockers? Who drafted the protection team for the field goal? I'm the general manager does. She gets a better backup offensive lineman. But it's been a great ride for the Seahawks. Did a great season. It would have been something for the team to make the Final Four. But they'll be back with a vengeance next year, looking to play real, real well with Drew Brees and Todd Gurley leading the way. And congratulations to Brad, who did not have much going on from scrimmage and got stuff going late in the game, and got enough from Tom Brady, and was was scoring touchdowns. Well, maybe that's not true. I was going to say scoring touchdowns instead of field goals, but then it scored touchdowns too. He had 21 points. Touchdowns weren't the problem. It was the field goals that was the problem. Great game. Tremendous game. Disappointing for Dennis Crowley. And, of course, for me, I'm the GM of the Seahawks. More for Dennis, I think. Tremendous game. Congratulations to Brad. And I'm going to vamoose out of here to take care of some stuff that I very much wanted to take care of. Adios, guys. Bye-bye.